Seniors, I have a question for you. Do you have garlic in your kitchen right now? The answer is most likely yes. For centuries, garlic's been revered not just as a tasty seasoning, but also as one of nature's most potent medicines. Ancient healers utilized it to combat infections, while its contribution to heart health is acknowledged by modern physicians. Recent studies confirm its ability to lower blood pressure, enhance immunity, improve circulation, and even help protect against certain cancers. It's no exaggeration to say that a true superfood, a small clove capable of transforming your health from within, is what garlic is. However, there's a catch. Many people make simple errors with garlic that diminish its healing properties. Whether it's storing it improperly, cooking it incorrectly, or combining it with incompatible foods, these common habits can silently weaken its most beneficial compounds. This means you might believe you're safeguarding your health when, in reality, you're missing out on some of garlic's greatest advantages. But that changes today. In this video, we will reveal the most frequent mistakes people make when consuming garlic, and more importantly, demonstrate how to correct them. By the end, you'll know precisely how to store, prepare, and enjoy garlic so that each clove acts like medicine in your body, bolstering your heart, fortifying your immune system, and soothing inflammation. So, grab a pen, take notes, and let's unlock garlic's true healing potential together. Mistake number 1, overcooking garlic. Overcooking garlic is the first mistake. There's an old saying among chefs, lost garlic is burnt garlic. When it comes to your health, this couldn't be truer. Allicin, a natural sulfur compound, is garlic's most potent healing compound, responsible for garlic's distinct aroma and many of its medicinal benefits, such as fighting infections, calming inflammation throughout the body, enhancing circulation, and lowering blood pressure. However, allicin is very delicate. It forms only when the garlic is sliced, chopped, or crushed, and then allowed to rest for a few minutes. Allicin rapidly breaks down if exposed to high heat for too long, above 140 F, 60 C, disappearing before it can work in your body. Unfortunately, many home cooks make this error by adding garlic to a hot pan at the beginning of cooking, allowing it to fry for 10 to 15 minutes while the dish simmers. By the time dinner is served, the garlic's health benefits are nearly gone, leaving only bitterness behind. So, how can you fix this? Add garlic towards the end of cooking. Stir it in during the last few minutes of simmering or sprinkle raw garlic into dressings, dips, and marinades. Use gentle heat. If sautéing, cook it briefly over low to medium heat until it's just fragrant, about 30 seconds to 1 minute. Enjoy it raw in salads, spreads, or even mixed into yogurt with herbs. Raw garlic delivers allicin at its peak strength. Treat garlic like a precious medicine. It works best when handled with care. You ensure that every clove you consume provides maximum support for your immune system, heart, and overall vitality by avoiding overcooking. Mistake number 2, eating whole garlic cloves. Eating whole garlic cloves is the second mistake. At first glance, swallowing a whole clove might seem like the easiest way to get all the benefits. After all, there's no chopping, no mess, and you can avoid that strong garlic taste lingering on your breath. But the truth is, if you consume garlic this way, you miss out on its most powerful medicinal compound, allicin. Allicin isn't naturally found inside garlic. It's activated when you crush, chop, or chew the clove. This action triggers an enzymatic reaction between two compounds inside, alliinase and alliin. When they combine, allicin is produced, the sulfur-based molecule responsible for garlic's inflammation-calming, heart-protecting, and infection-fighting abilities. However, when you swallow garlic whole, this reaction barely occurs. The clove passes through your digestive tract, largely intact, meaning you don't receive the full medicinal benefit. It's akin to buying a vitamin, but never opening the capsule. The goodness remains locked inside. Worse, some people report stomach discomfort from swallowing whole cloves because the body struggles to break them down efficiently. So, what should you do instead? Chop, crush, or slice your garlic before consuming it. This ensures allicin is activated. Allow it to rest for 10 minutes after chopping to give the enzyme reaction time to develop allicin before cooking or eating. If the raw flavor is too strong, Mix chopped garlic into dips, salads, yogurt, or lemon-based dressings. The acidity and other ingredients will mellow the taste while keeping alicin active. Remember, garlic only reveals its true power when it's broken open. You're depriving your body of the very benefits you hope to gain by swallowing it whole. Mistake number 3, using pre-peeled garlic. Using pre-peeled garlic is the third mistake. In our fast-paced world, convenience often seems like the best choice. That's why pre-peeled garlic, those little plastic tubs or vacuum-sealed bags, are so appealing. You can skip the hassle of peeling, and the cloves are ready to toss into any dish. However, there's a downside. Relying on pre-peeled garlic sacrifices both medicinal power and flavor. Garlic's papery outer skin isn't just packaging, it's a protective layer. This thin barrier shields the clove from air, moisture, and bacteria. Once the skin is removed, garlic becomes much more susceptible to microbial growth and oxidation. Studies indicate that pre-peeled garlic loses its concentration of allicin, the key compound responsible for garlic's heart protective, anti-inflammatory, and antimicrobial benefits, much faster than whole, freshly peeled cloves. By the time it reaches your kitchen, its potency has already significantly decreased. Additionally, there's the issue of a shorter shelf life. While whole garlic bulbs can remain fresh for weeks when stored correctly, pre-peeled cloves spoil quickly, often developing off flavors, sprouting, or even dangerous bacterial contamination if left too long in sealed packaging. And let's not overlook taste. Fresh garlic bursts with sharp, pungent flavor due to the natural sulfur compounds inside. Pre-peeled garlic exposed to air begins to lose its vibrancy and can develop a dull, sometimes sour taste. This means your dishes will not only lose health benefits, but also their zest. So, what's the solution? Always purchase whole garlic bulbs with tight, intact skins. They last longer, taste better, and retain all their healing power. Peel cloves only when you're ready to use them to ensure maximum freshness. If convenience is crucial, chop a fresh batch, store it in olive oil in the fridge, and use it within a few days. The oil preserves both beneficial compounds and flavor while preventing spoilage. The bottom line is that garlic's greatest strength lies in its freshness. Pre-peeled might save you a few seconds, but it quietly robs you of the cardiovascular support, antibacterial power, and antioxidants that make garlic a true superfood. Mistake number 4, improper garlic storage. Improper garlic storage is the fourth mistake. Garlic may seem like it can last indefinitely on your counter, but the reality is that where and how you store garlic can significantly impact its potency. Many people unknowingly shorten garlic's shelf life and weaken its healing compounds by keeping it in the wrong place. Refrigerating whole garlic bulbs is one common mistake. The cool, damp environment of the fridge may seem like the safest spot, but it actually encourages mold and sprouting. Those green shoots popping out of the cloves aren't just unsightly. They indicate a loss of valuable nutrients. Studies show that sprouted garlic loses some of its allicin content, the compound responsible for its heart-protective, anti-inflammatory, and immune-boosting benefits. Storing garlic in airtight containers or sealed plastic bags is another mistake. Without proper airflow, cloves quickly become soft, bitter, and moldy. Instead, garlic needs a cool, dark, well-ventilated area. Think of it like shallots or onions. An open basket, paper bag, or mesh bag in the pantry works perfectly. In this environment, whole garlic bulbs can stay potent and fresh for up to 6 to 8 weeks. What about peeled or chopped garlic? Storage rules tighten here. Once garlic is peeled, its protective skin is gone, and it should be used quickly. Peeled cloves last at most 7 to 10 days in the fridge, inside a small glass container. Chopped or minced garlic should be used within 24 to 48 hours, as allicin begins to degrade rapidly once exposed to air. Pre-minced jars from the store may be convenient, but they often contain acids, oils, or preservatives that diminish garlic's natural potency. Here's your ageless vitality storage guide for garlic. Whole bulbs. Cool, dark pantry in a mesh, paper bag for up to 8 weeks. Peeled cloves, airtight glass container in the fridge for 7 to 10 days, max. Chopped, minced. Use fresh or within 48 hours. Never store in sealed plastic, and never refrigerate whole bulbs. By respecting garlic's delicate nature, you preserve not only its flavor but also its medicinal strength. When stored properly, each clove retains the anti-inflammatory agents, sulfur compounds, and antioxidants that make garlic a powerful ally for longevity, immune defense, and heart health. Mistake number 5, eating raw garlic on an empty stomach. Consuming raw garlic on an empty stomach is the 5th mistake. While raw garlic is one of nature's most potent healing foods, consuming it incorrectly, especially on an empty stomach, can turn it from medicine into poison. For those with pre-existing digestive issues like gastritis, ulcers, or inflammatory bowel conditions, this mistake has sent many straight to the emergency room with severe pain. Here's why. The same sulfur compounds that make garlic so medicinal can also be extremely harsh on sensitive digestive tissues. Compounds like allicin not only combat bacteria, but also irritate the protective mucus lining that shields your stomach while stimulating stomach acid production. On an empty stomach, that lining is at its weakest, allowing raw garlic to burn and inflame delicate tissue. Scientific evidence supports this. A study from a national university tracked 89 patients with confirmed stomach ulcers who consumed raw garlic. The results were alarming. 42% experienced severe bleeding episodes, and 18% required blood transfusions. That's nearly half the group suffering significant complications from what many believed was a healthy habit. Doctors have witnessed this in real life as well. A gastroenterologist in Miami described a patient who consumed 3 raw cloves of garlic each morning for immune support. Unaware that she had developing ulcers, she suddenly experienced stabbing abdominal pain followed by vomiting blood. The garlic's compounds had literally burned through her ulcer, causing a perforation that required emergency surgery. The danger isn't limited to ulcers. For individuals with ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease, raw garlic can trigger massive inflammatory responses, worsening symptoms, and even leading to hospitalization. In one documented case, a 34-year-old man whose Crohn's disease had been in remission for 2 years relapsed within just 5 days of starting a raw garlic regimen and ended up hospitalized with intestinal bleeding. So, what's the solution? The answer is modification, not elimination. Never consume raw garlic on an empty stomach if you have any digestive issues. Always pair it with food, ideally something alkaline like yogurt or milk that helps buffer stomach acid. Lightly cooking your garlic reduces irritating sulfur compounds by up to 60% while preserving much of its immune supportive and cardiovascular benefits. Consider trying aged garlic extract. The aging process naturally converts harsh compounds into gentler forms, delivering many of garlic's proven benefits, including immune support and heart protection, without the intense stomach irritation. In summary, garlic is a superfood, but even superfoods can be harmful if consumed incorrectly. You'll reap its benefits safely, so respect its power. Mistake number 6. Ignoring garlic's drug interactions. Ignoring garlic's drug interactions is the 6th mistake. Garlic may be one of nature's most trusted healers, but many people don't realize that its very power can sometimes become a risk when combined with certain medications. Overlooking this can quietly endanger your health. Garlic naturally thins the blood, improves insulin sensitivity, and lowers blood pressure. Wonderful benefits for most individuals. However, if you're already taking prescription medications that achieve the same effects, garlic can amplify their effects to dangerous levels. Here are the most common risks. Blood thinners. Medications like clopidogrel, aspirin, or warfarin, combined with garlic's natural anticoagulant properties, can increase the risk of excessive bleeding or bruising. Even routine dental procedures or minor cuts could become complicated. Blood pressure medications. Garlic's ability to widen and relax blood vessels can lead to dangerously low pressure when combined with these drugs, resulting in fainting, dizziness, or extreme fatigue. Diabetes medications. Garlic enhances insulin sensitivity and helps control blood sugar. However, when paired with glucose-lowering drugs, it can cause blood sugar to drop too low, leading to confusion, shakiness, or even fainting episodes. Real-world cases in medical literature show patients ending up in the hospital not because garlic was harmful, but because no one warned them about these interactions. The same compounds that protect the heart can also magnify prescription effects. What should you do instead? If you're on any medication for blood sugar, pressure, or blood thinning, consult your doctor before significantly increasing garlic in your diet or starting garlic supplements. Use moderation. Culinary garlic is generally safe, but supplements or concentrated extracts can provide much higher doses. Monitor your body closely. If you notice unusual bruising, lightheadedness, or sudden energy dips after adding more garlic to your meals, consider it a sign to check with your healthcare provider. In conclusion, garlic isn't the enemy, it's a powerful ally. However, like any strong ally, it needs to be handled wisely. You can enjoy its full benefits without jeopardizing your health by respecting its interactions. Mistake number 7. Consuming garlic before surgery. Consuming garlic before surgery is the 7th mistake. Here, garlic transitions from being a friend to a very real danger. While garlic's natural blood thinning effect is excellent for heart health in everyday life, it becomes life-threatening in the context of surgery. Eating garlic in the days leading up to a medical procedure can significantly increase the risk of uncontrolled bleeding, turning a routine operation into a medical emergency. Many people are unaware that something as ordinary as a daily supplement or a slice of garlic bread could lead to such a crisis. The science is clear. A comprehensive review published in the New England Journal of Medicine analyzed thousands of surgical cases involving excessive bleeding. The study found that 8.7% were directly linked to garlic consumption in the week prior to surgery. Even more concerning, patients who consumed more than 2 cloves of garlic per day had their bleeding times increase by up to 250%. The danger intensifies when garlic is combined with other blood-thinning substances. If you're also taking vitamin E, fish oil, or aspirin, the anticoagulant effects multiply dramatically. One case report described a patient who was taking vitamin E, fish oil, aspirin, and garlic. During what should have been a simple dental extraction, the oral surgeon struggled for hours to control the bleeding. The patient nearly bled to death from what is typically a low-risk procedure. This is why the protocol is non-negotiable. Stop all garlic consumption. Cooked, raw, garlic-heavy foods or supplements at least 10 days before any surgery. This includes major operations as well as colonoscopies, biopsies, and dental work. Always inform every healthcare provider about your garlic intake. Regardless of how minor the procedure may seem, if you're facing emergency surgery, notify the surgical team immediately. This allows them to prepare clotting factors and blood products in advance to protect you. Remember, garlic is powerful medicine, and that power must be respected. When it comes to surgery, this isn't a minor precaution, it's a life-saving rule. Your health, and quite literally your life, may depend on following it. Mistake number 8, failing to wash garlic. The 8th mistake is failing to wash garlic. Many people believe garlic is self-cleaning, assuming that those papery layers act as a natural barrier protecting the clove. So, why bother washing it, right? Unfortunately, skipping this simple step can expose you to hidden contaminants that affect both the flavor of your food and, more importantly, your health. Garlic, like any vegetable grown in soil, can carry traces of dirt, bacteria, or pesticide residues on its outer skin. Even though you don't consume the peel, every time you handle an unwashed clove, those particles can transfer to your cutting board, knife, and eventually to the garlic itself when you crush or chop it. This opens the door for harmful microbes like Listeria or E. coli to sneak into your meal unnoticed. There's also another risk: fungal spores. Because garlic is harvested in damp soil, it can sometimes harbor molds on its surface. While most are harmless, certain types may produce mycotoxins, compounds that weaken your immune system over time. For seniors with chronic health conditions or more fragile digestion, this is a risk not worth taking. The good news is that correcting this mistake is easy. Always rinse garlic cloves briefly under running water before peeling. Use a soft vegetable brush to gently scrub off any stubborn dirt. If you buy garlic in bulk, wash the heads quickly before storing, then dry thoroughly to prevent mold. Washing garlic doesn't strip away nutrients. In fact, it ensures you're consuming it in its purest, most beneficial form. It's one of those small habits that preserves flavor, protects your gut, and ensures the powerful compounds inside the clove, like allicin, can work for you without interference. Think of garlic as a natural medicine cabinet, but like any good remedy, you want it clean before use. A quick rinse is the first step in unlocking its full healing potential. Mistake number 9, not allowing garlic to rest after chopping. The ninth mistake is not allowing garlic to rest after chopping. This small detail can make a significant difference. Garlic needs a moment to breathe after you mince, crush, or chop it. Yet, most people throw freshly chopped garlic straight into a hot pan, losing much of what makes this superfood so powerful. The reason lies in a remarkable compound called allicin, the very sulfur-based molecule responsible for garlic's sharp flavor, pungent aroma, and most of its healing properties. Allicin doesn't exist in an intact garlic clove. It's created only when the clove is damaged, chopped, sliced, or crushed, triggering an enzymatic reaction between two natural compounds inside, alliinase and alliin. However, this reaction requires time. If you rush garlic straight into the heat, the enzymes don't have the opportunity to fully form allicin. Heat deactivates them almost instantly, leaving you with flavor but far fewer health benefits. Research published in the Journal of Nutrition confirms that allowing garlic to rest for 10 minutes after chopping dramatically increases allicin yield, preserving its cardiovascular, anti-inflammatory, and antimicrobial benefits. Think of this pause as letting garlic charge up before unleashing its medicinal properties. What does this mean in practice? Crush or chop your garlic first, then wait 10 minutes before cooking or mixing it into hot dishes. If eating raw, the same resting time ensures peak potency. If you're short on time, prepare garlic early in the recipe and let it rest while you prepare other ingredients. This simple pause transforms garlic from just another seasoning into a powerful natural remedy that lowers blood pressure, supports immunity, reduces inflammation, and even helps combat harmful viruses and bacteria. So remember, the next time you're tempted to toss minced garlic straight into the pan, give it those 10 minutes of rest. It's not wasted time. It's time for your garlic to become medicine. Mistake number 10, choosing poor quality garlic. The 10th mistake is choosing poor quality garlic. We've saved one of the most overlooked yet crucial mistakes for last. Not all garlic is created equal. The quality of the garlic you purchase can significantly impact the health benefits you receive. When garlic is firm, fresh, and full of vitality, it's packed with its signature sulfur compounds like allicin, the very molecules responsible for its heart-protective, anti-inflammatory, and antimicrobial powers. However, once garlic begins to sprout, age, or shrivel, those compounds rapidly decline, leaving you with a clove that tastes weaker and offers fewer health benefits. Here's what often goes wrong. Soft or sprouting garlic. These are signs that the bulb is past its prime and the allicin levels have already begun to break down. Shriveled or moldy bulbs. These not only taste bland, but may harbor harmful toxins that irritate your digestive system. Mass-produced, poorly stored garlic, often sitting for weeks and shipped worldwide, losing potency before it even reaches your kitchen. Think of garlic as medicine from the earth. Would you take a prescription that's improperly stored or expired? Of course not. The same principle applies here. How can you choose the best garlic? Look for firm, heavy bulbs with tightly wrapped, papery skins. They should feel solid in your hand, not spongy or soft. Avoid cloves with green shoots already emerging. Sprouts indicate age and nutrient loss. Whenever possible, purchase from trusted stores or farmers' markets. Fresher garlic means stronger flavor and greater health benefits. By taking just a moment to inspect your garlic before buying, you ensure that every clove you peel and crush is working at its full potential, supporting your heart, fighting infections, protecting your brain, and nourishing your body from within. Remember, garlic is delicate. Its healing compounds can be compromised by time, light, and improper storage. Choosing the freshest garlic available isn't just about taste, it's the very first step in unlocking its full medicinal power.